ever feel that motivation is this like invisible force, like it just shows up sometimes and sometimes it's just
Gone.
gone.
Yeah.
So today,
Poof.
poof, that's it, gone. We are diving deep
Right into
the science of what makes us tick
Uh-huh.
using chapter 1
Okay.
of Ilamota's texts,
Okay.
which is all
About
about
the science.
the science of
Right.
motivation.
Yeah.
By the end of this deep dive, you'll
Not only understand
how motivation works,
Yeah.
but
you have
also
some practical tools to like,
have some tools
oh, here's up.
to fire it up.
Yeah.
It's like
You have the instruction manual
it's like having
Yeah.
a user manual for
for your own brain.
your own brain.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so let's
Back to basics.
start with the basics.
What is
What is motivation really?
motivation really? Like, I mean, I think we all
We all know it when
Okay.
we feel it, but
can we define it?
yeah, can we define it?
Well, Eli Mate's texts actually describes it
Okay.
as this blend of desire and energy,
Mm-hmm.
which is directed towards a goal.
Yes.
So it's the why
It's the what
behind our actions.
behind the actions. Okay.
Interesting, though.
Yeah.
The book draws a distinction
Okay.
between two types of motivation.
Okay. Two types.
We've got
Intrinsic and extrinsic.
Okay, so intrinsic
That's from within.
from within, like a
personal drive.
personal drive, yeah. And then
extrinsic.
extrinsic is more
More about external reward.
external rewards,
Yeah.
okay, or pressure from somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But aren't both of them important?
I would say absolutely,
Yep.
because extrinsic motivators, like, bonuses at work or
Like even avoiding a parking ticket, right?
exactly, or just getting,
That's external.
the errands done.
Yeah.
Avoiding a parking ticket, those are powerful
Yeah. Right.
in the short term.
Okay.
But Ilamote's texts highlighted
Okay.
that intrinsic motivation,
Yeah.
that fire that comes from within.
Hmm.
That's what truly sustains us
Okay.
over the long haul,
Over the long haul. Okay.
because it's tied to our values,
Mm-hmm.
our passions, and our sense of purpose,
So it's like more meaningful.
and much more.
Very more meaningful. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
makes a lot of sense.
Because if you're only doing it for external validation, it's probably going to
It's going to fizzle out.
fizzle out eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But how does this
How does all of this
play out?
in our brains,
Exactly.
like, how does this actually work?
Yeah. Well, the brain.
Think of it like a cycle.
Okay.
Like
And
a,
like a battery that needs recharging.
yeah, exactly. So first, there's a trigger,
Uh-huh.
a goal, a deadline,
Yeah.
maybe even just a burst of inspiration.
Just
What?
something. And then
Yeah.
that triggers action.
Okay.
And then after that
For-
comes the reward,
Okay.
which could be a sense of accomplishment.
Okay, like a feeling of
I did it,
if I were
finish that project,
Yeah.
or even a tangible prize.
Okay.
And this reward then reinforces
Okay.
the behavior,
So it makes you want to do it again.
making you more likely to repeat the cycle.
To repeat the cycle.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this cycle play out in my own life right now.
Oh, really?
Like I'm remembering
Give me an example.
when I finally got around to learning a new language.
Okay.
And the trigger was
trigger.
wanting to connect with my heritage.
Beautiful.
So the action was all those late night study sessions.
Okay.
And then the reward was being able to hold a conversation with my grandmother
Wow.
in her native tongue.
That's amazing.
And that feeling of pride
Hmm.
and connection was incredible.
I bet.
It made me want to keep learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get that hit
It's like a high
of dopamine.
Yeah.
That's a perfect
Yeah.
example.
Yeah. And we can't forget about dopamine,
Absolutely not. No.
the feel-good chemical.
Well, it's like
Right.
every time we achieve a goal
Yeah.
or even anticipate a reward,
Okay.
our brain gets a hit,
We get a little hit.
a little bit of dopamine,
Yeah.
and that reinforces the cycle.
Makes us want to do it again.
Makes you want to do it again.
Okay, so dopamine.
Yeah,
It's like our brain's own personal cheerleader.
exactly.
Like, go you did it.
Exactly.
But what about those times?
Oh, yeah.
When motivation just
When it just disappears.
disappears.
Yeah.
We all hit those slumps.
We all do.
Right.
Well, the book calls it the motivation gap.
The motivation gap.
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, it's the space between where we are and where we want to be.
Ah, I see.
Right. And that gap can be incredibly motivating if we believe we can bridge it, or totally deflating if it seems impossible.
If you think it's too big, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do we bridge that gap?
Yeah.
Because it feels like sometimes
willpower is
just isn't
not
really-
enough. Willpower is great, but it's a limited resource.
Yeah, it is. We only have so much.
I do.
Right. Okay.
It's where habits come in.
Habits come in. Okay.
Yeah.
So how do those...
Ilimotostis texts actually dedicates a whole section
Okay.
to the power of habits.
The power of habits.
Yeah,
That's
explaining how they act like autopilot for our behavior.
They take over,
Yeah.
so you don't have to think about it.
You don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
And they reduce reliance on willpower,
Oh, I see.
making it easier to stay consistent,
Okay.
even when your motivation dips.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
But isn't relying on autopilot a bit, well, limiting?
Hmm.
I mean,
What do you mean by that?
don't we want to be conscious?
And present
Yeah.
in our choices.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Right.
It's not about mindless repetition.
Okay.
It's about strategically designing habits
Okay.
that align with our goals.
I see.
So
So you're creating,
You're setting
you're setting up a system.
a system that supports your aspirations.
Okay.
It frees up mental energy
I see.
to focus on the bigger picture.
To focus on other things.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The book gives this amazing example.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get to the example,
What?
you're telling me
Yeah.
that something as simple
As a habit,
as a habit
can make a huge difference.
in motivation levels.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, the book argues
Okay.
that consistent,
Okay.
even small actions,
Yeah.
build momentum over time.
Over time.
Yeah, it's like that saying,
What's the saying?
we are what we repeatedly do.
Oh, okay.
Remember that example you shared
What was it?
about learning a new language? Oh, yeah, with my grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if you hadn't just relied on these sporadic bursts of motivation,
Yeah.
but you'd established a daily habit
Okay.
of studying,
Uh-huh.
even just for 15 minutes.
Okay.
Those consistent actions
Yeah.
would make a world of difference.
They would add it up.
They totally would have.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Yeah.
To really unlock our potential,
Yeah.
we need to understand
Uh-huh.
that motivation is a cycle
Yes.
fueled by dopamine
That's right.
and influenced by...
internal, and external factors.
Okay.
But to keep that engine running,
We need habits.
we need the secret weapon.
habits.
Got it. You nailed it.
Okay, so...
And remember, you're not at the mercy
There's not just like,
of your emotion.
okay, you can actively cultivate your motivation.
So you can create it.
Hack the system.
Okay.
Create the life you want. So what small habit can you start building today
That's the question.
to get you closer to a goal
To a goal that matters.
that truly matters to you?
truly matters.
Remember, even the smallest step, repeated consistently,
That's the key.
can create a wave of positive change.
Absolutely.
in your life.
It can.
All right, that's it for this deep dive
Into the science of motivation.
into the science of motivation. Hope you enjoyed it.
It was a pleasure.
See you next time.
Take care. Bye.